Before we can get stuck into April properly, let's take a look at what I got up to in March. I was doing lots of work on my project Life, and it got put aside so I could pull out my Cricut to make some labels for my slip-in album project, which I've made good progress on, but my albums were all starting to pile up with no labels. So I prioritized getting those labels cut out, got a couple applied, feeling slightly more organized now. In April, I am hoping to knock out at least another 3 albums. I'm hoping I can get 2021 through to 2023 in the albums. So generally what I've been doing is printing one year and then doing it, adding it to the album, then printing the next year so that I keep on top of what year I am currently working on. And I did try and also cut out some paper to do some English paper piecing, and it was a total fail. My mats are 100% no longer sticky, so they definitely need a refresh before I attempt this project again, because my usual trick of painter's tape does not work for plain paper. We had a 50th birthday party to go to this month as well, which I splurged on a new dress while I was out actually shopping for the present. But you know, focus, who needs it? And I decided the afternoon of the party that I needed some new jewellery to go with it. So I pulled out my polymer clay and got to work mixing up some colours and playing with the clay to make myself some earrings. And I also ended up having enough to make a necklace as well, and they turned out super cute. I was so happy with it. And I do have a full craft with me video of these earrings coming up, hopefully later this month. My main focus in March, I nearly said April. My main focus in March was watercolours, and part of that was restarting my morning sketch habit, where every morning I would just spend 5 or 10 minutes sketching out a quick scene. When I first did this project in 2020, I did the view out my back door. We've since moved into our new house, and while our view is stunning, it's not as predisposed, I guess is the word, to this kind of daily sketching with details and layers and stuff. And so instead I printed out a photo that I snapped a couple of weeks back at the beginning of the month, and I painted that one scene over and over every day for the month. And it was super fun watching how that scene developed over the space of a month as I practiced it daily, and how I changed what I was doing and learned and grew my skills, and most importantly grew my confidence in my watercoloring. And I found myself in my yarn basket because I had an itch for a new blanket. I've shared a little bit about this blanket on my blog, and I do have a video coming up about it, but it's just a very simple 2-color join as you go mitered block knitted quilt, knitted blanket. And I'm just about finished the top row actually, and it is super fun, very easy, very relaxing, and it's nice to have just a simple handwork project on the go that I can just pick up and put down and make slow progress. I'm hoping to have it done before the show next year. I paid a little visit to Spotlight when we went to an exhibition in our regional centre. This was an amazing exhibit. All different types of fibre arts. The works were just phenomenal. I walked away so inspired. Just so many cool things and really interesting ways of using fibres and different techniques. And then the kids got to play around with some fibre art collage of their own, and it was really cool to see the different ways that they were inspired by this exhibit. And then on the way home, I may or may not have found myself in Aldi and ended up grabbing some craft kits for a friend. Mr. 12 was knee-deep in fun projects, so I spent some time helping him at the sewing machine, but really he didn't actually need all that much help. It was mainly just helping him find the right stitches and a little bit of troubleshooting. But he had lots of fun designing and creating his own little project and bringing his ideas to life. And a little sneak peek of my blanket. This is just a little snippet from a video I filmed sharing my join as you go technique I'm using for this blanket. Hopefully that video will be up in the next couple of weeks as well. I made the tea towel storage bags that I shared last week, and they turned out super cute, super easy to make. And I also played around with this cardboard box and turned it into a video shop. That video of how I did that is definitely coming this week. It's on my list, ready to go. That was lots and lots of fun. There is details on my blog if you can't wait for the video. And then my final project for the month was to make some little road trip activity booklets for the kiddos for the road trip that we did over Easter. It was lots of fun making these, coming up with different ideas, searching Pinterest, downloading a heap of different printables, and then designing a little cover and sewing them up. And then, just to put it all together, I couldn't resist the Bunnings Warehouse Easter baskets. And that's March in a nutshell. I'll be back tomorrow with an April project.